Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is December 23rd, 2015, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the economic calendar today, got a bunch of numbers coming out of the Canadian dollar. That's at 3:30 p.m. South African time. So that's a GDP number that's coming out, and then we also have it simultaneously a monthly number coming out for the USD. That's also at 3:30 p.m. That's a monthly durable goods orders that's coming out. So altogether, the markets have been in the Forex side a little bit quiet. In the indices, things are happening, but things are definitely slowing down as we're reaching the Christmas day on Friday. So let's start with the Dow Jones. Dow Jones rallied yesterday 100 plus points, and sure enough, we hit this threshold of 17,041 and we bounced right off of it. How far can we go? Well, we could go another 100 points before we hit resistance here at 17,500. That's what my midpoint point is relative to the 17,880. And then on a higher resistance level, I'd say we'd be hitting 17,669. So those are my thresholds for the Dow Jones. If we do rally into the end of the year, we could hit this 17,669. I don't think we'll hit back at 17,880 just because the stocks are not really following through. So, you know, between now and then, it's light trading. Things can be whipsawed in any which way, so just be aware of that. But altogether, we may still see this rally into the end of the year, which sometimes happens. I believe 2 years ago we rallied with the Euro USD into the end of the year. This is looking at the Euro USD right here. We're at the top tier of the range. What I mean by tier is that we have a resistance at 109.55 as we tried to challenge it the last couple of days, but we didn't, and we faltered, and we didn't stay above 109.55. And now we're finding ourselves at 109.35. So between this 109-ish level, I think we're going to be trading in this range for some time before we break out into this 110 level again. But again, you know, Draghi should be speaking next week, so things are still happening in the Forex markets. You just have to be very selective in the next week or so. I think we'll be trending again once January comes in. Looking at oil, oil also bounced a little bit yesterday. It's trading at $36. Not a big deal, but you know, after this bounce, we're finding ourselves back at 36.46 level, challenging this 35.50 level. Definitely a low for the year. You know, if we look year to date from last year to this year, you know, what a big move, what a big difference between just last year to this year. We'll see it on a weekly calendar here. This is December of last year. We're trading at $100, and today we're trading at $36. So, you know, year to date, we're down $70, almost $70 on the price of oil per barrel. Now that's, you know, that's a colossal return back to, you know, 2003, 2002 level era. Okay, this really takes us back to this level. I mean, you know, you could say it takes us back to 2008, but 2008 was short-lived because we rebounded really quickly. But here you can really see that it's a total correction of the market, and we're back at these levels. What's healthy for us to be in the $60 range, and that is yet to be seen. Maybe we'll see that next year sometime. We'll discuss that in our yearly review scheduled for next week. We're having a 2015 review and 2016 outlook, so we'll discuss that in our live webinar next week. Looking at the USDZAR, also just, you know, flatlining here at 15, like we mentioned earlier this week. Didn't expect much out of it because we still have to factor in the new finance minister as they're going to be appointed. What's going to be the long-term effect for the rand? Okay, as you know, year to date also it's really been demolished from almost 11, going back to 2015ish here. We've gone from 11 to about 16 of our high. So definitely something that we'll need to consider into the new year and moving forward. Looking at the USD CAD, big number coming out today. just as you can see, it's after we broke out this 39 level, we just flatlined. Let's see if these GDP numbers can add some ray of light for the CAD numbers. As you can see, it's still very, very weak, and it's trading at 139 here at almost all-time highs since almost a decade. So I would look for some sort of retracements or correction in this colossal move up. I'd like to see some sort of positive news coming out of the Canadian dollar, but as you know, it's tied in very much to the price of oil. So the Canadian economy is very similar to the South African economy. Not much production done in the Canada, but they have a lot of oil reserves that is affecting their economy, obviously. So that's something to factor in the Canadian dollar number that's coming out today. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading, and I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.